let's get started. This is the original carburetor I pulled off of the saw. I have sprayed it down to get the sawdust off of it. And I think if you'll see, it says, if it focuses, I can't tell from this angle, but it says Zama, China, STIHL. Okay, it says STIHL on this side. Okay, now this is the factory carburetor. I went down to ask, just trying to buy local. You know the story if you've watched the first video. I went down to the dealer and I said, well, what's it cost for you to just fix this? I'll put a carburetor on it. And I got the hem hawing around as far as, well, it'll be $30 for the carburetor, and you know we can put it on, but we'll have to diagnose it for, oh wow, that's a $60 carburetor. We're going to have to diagnose it, and that'll be $35, and then there'll be labor involved, so it'll be $100 plus the cost of the carburetor. Well, they sold me a, so I said, well, I'll just do it by myself. I don't need you to diagnose my saw if I ask you to replace the carburetor. That's on me. So I didn't really like that too much. So I did take it home. I did take a carburetor home, put it on. Takes 5 minutes. Works like a champ. This is the old one. Now, this, I believe we'll call this the fuel pump side. I'm not a carburetor designer, but that's where the fuel comes in. And if I take this off, I expect to see the diaphragms on this side kind of stretched or worn out. And of course we have diaphragms, and a stack of stuff on this side will change out. Now when I asked them, I said, well, after that, I thought, well, I want a set of what do you call these things? Gaskets to rebuild the other carburetor. And they're $40. They're $38 for one of these. And I said something like, well, I think maybe I just buy one of those Chinese carburetors for $15 online and rob the gasket. Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to, that won't work, and that Chinese stuff is garbage. And I didn't bother to tell him that the original Zama is Chinese. But there is some differences if you look online. And I don't know that they're, to be honest, I don't know that they're the same exact carburetor. And in fact, for my model, I can't find any that are, because we don't have this throttle linkage, which is what the little bar rolls up and hits. And that tab right here is different on those versions that you find online for 10, 12, 15 bucks. And that, I believe, this is an assumption on my part, but I believe it's because STIHL has them in a non-compete situation where they cannot sell a replacement part that actually fits completely in its entirety. One of the things they leave off is this little Venturi piece here. As you can see, it just comes off, but you can save that from the other one. And if the carburetor is in fact the identical carburetor, because they have, I'm sure, made multiple generations of this thing, you might have a shot of just spraying your old carburetor down, cleaning it out, and then taking the gaskets out of the new one if they're the same ones. I don't know. Another option is to keep from having to fiddle with grinding this off and making it fit, which you can do in several minutes. You just want to tape that off and all the entrances off when you're grinding or sanding. That's going to take you time, and that starts to detract from the fact that, you know, you could have bought just a drop-in unit for 66 bucks and been running 5 minutes later. Another thing you might be able to do, I don't know that you can, but because I've not personally tried it, but there's a screw there. There's a screw there, and I bet you when you take this little piece of brass off right there, that we can actually take this rod off and swap the rods in its entirety. And you might be able to do that faster than trying to modify the one you have. Don't know. But what I'm going to do is we're going to take this apart and see if in fact it's the fuel pump on this side that's gone bad, because my diagnostics, I'm not a professional, but if I get it started, long enough to get it started, if I tip the saw up, it runs. It runs pretty well, but it keeps wanting to cut out if we lay it down, which tells me I'm flooding out. Sometimes they may get, I guess, where they go the other way, where they can maybe stop flowing, but stop up the carburetor, and then you can't get gas to it, and it may start, but if you raise it up, it may quit. But all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this off, because this should be just a single gasket on this side. We're going to take this off and look to see if we can see how that gasket looks. Because I instantly hear about don't leave the gas in your carburetor, ruin it, and all that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of that is probably good advice. I just don't know how accurate it is, because quite honestly, I use my saw most of the year. You see, I don't know, I just can't get an angle on it, but I've got a light, and maybe I can show. These are in fact dimpled in over the voids. And I don't know that the two flappers are working properly as valves on the body, but I can definitely see that in this area and this area, it's caved in. And I'm going to try to get it close, and maybe if I twist it when I look at the film afterwards, I'll be able to tell. But that's definitely no longer in good shape. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to take the other side off as well, and I'm going to lay them on a piece of paper to make sure I have them stacked correctly and in the right direction. And I'm going to go out in the garage, and I'm just going to spray this down with a can of carburetor cleaner, and I'm going to let it evaporate. We're going to rebuild the carburetor and put it back for next time, because I believe that'll fix it. Hey, appreciate you watching. Do me a favor, if you will, subscribe to the channel, either the YouTube or the Rumble channel, which this appears in. And if you can, check the notification bell or settings to make sure that you get notified when new videos are posted. Appreciate it. Now I have these taken off. This one does not want to come apart. Actually, I have it backwards. It goes like this. This is the old one, and there's two gaskets, and I can tell that this piece aligns that air hole with that air hole, aligns there to the very top, see that little port? So it will go on this piece that way. This one is made with that nice curvature, and it goes like this, and they stack up in that order. This goes against that backing, and then the diaphragm goes on this side of it. So there's only 4 gaskets. That's $10 a piece for them. This one is, looks like it's in good shape. I don't think it's necessarily defunct, and I think all I actually needed was that one gasket that sells for $11. But it makes good sense. If you're going to change one, change them all. So now I'm not taking anything out of this guy. I'm not going to modify it, change it anyway. I'm just going to go out there and spray all the orifices down. I don't see any buildup. There's no of the brass looking scaling kind of stuff that builds up on them. And just talking about that gas itself is what goes bad. I don't know that the alcohol goes bad. I think when we were first mandated this corn crop bailout, which is why we put alcohol in our gasoline, that a lot of the older designs that suddenly got sprung into having alcohol in them, the alcohol ate up some of the materials. In the new version, the STIHL manual will even tell you that don't use more than 10% ethanol, gasoline, methanol, ethanol, whatever it is, gasoline. I guess it's ethanol with the E85 type stuff. That's more, I think E85 is 85% alcohol. I don't know why you would do that, but this one says just use gasoline. Gasoline is limited by law to have no more than 10%. It says it's okay to use it at no more than 10%. But gasoline itself is what breaks down in 90 days. And I think honestly it's not been a problem through the 6 years I've had this saw. I don't think it's going to be a problem in the future. I use mine pretty regularly. I may not use it all the time, but I've never had trouble with the gas, and I think that becomes an excuse to make you feel like you did something bad. Or perhaps to sell those little bitty containers of pre-mixed gasoline that's been stabilized or something. I don't know. But the reality is I use my saw too much for that. And it shows none the worse for wear. I just think the diaphragm's finally stretched out over 6 years, which is reasonable to expect. I just don't know that I want to pay $40 for 4 gaskets. I'll leave that up to you. So I may show you the next segment. All I'm going to do is walk out to the garage and spray her down real good with a carburetor cleaner and let that thing dry out, and then I'll put it back together. Just swapped out to an old rag shirt so that the spray doesn't get it, and we're just gonna spray everything down. Try to get into the holes. Make sure they're all clear. Some of this will blow back at me, which is why I have the glasses on. That's the screw hole, fuel hole, and it's just a point of cleaning her up, letting it evaporate, and putting it back together. Now I'm going to reassemble it. Obviously that's the through sides, and what we're going to do is put, I guess we'll do this one first, and it's easy enough to remember. We had the diaphragm on the outside, so it's just a point of stacking these up. So there we are, stacked up. Our screw goes through it. Hopefully it'll stay in place when we put her over on this side like that. Looks like we have it lined up. I don't see any edges pooching out, so I think we must still have it. And then we screw her down. on this side, we do have to look where that little air divot right there is. And it's just a matter of making sure that the thick fiber gasket is on the other side of the diaphragm. And I have to be careful. I don't know if I can do this with everybody watching, but we'll just put the 4 screws back in. That's all there is. Now I've got, well, let me show you this before I put it on. See that air hole, that little point right there? It lines up on this side, so the little arrow's going to be to the outside. And I'll torque these down. But in case you get confused how this goes, remember the fuel line is in the back toward the engine of the saw, and this goes toward the breather. The air breather goes right here. This is your choke right here, and your throttle goes down here on the right. So you can't really get too confused on this.